Welcome everybody for this webinar focusing on technology, innovation, and in particular the Caribbean energy sector. My name is Vincent van Beusekom. I'm co-founder and CTO at technologycatalog.com. And I'm happy to be joined today by Harvey Bijnaar, who is our regional partner for the Caribbean, but also the CEO of One Basin Three Nations in the region. But no doubt Harvey will introduce himself in the second half of this webinar when he will be zooming in particular in the opportunities in the Caribbean sector. I will start with a brief overview of technologycatalog.com, our platform, and some of the statistics around the platform before Harvey will take over. So for those of you that have not seen our platform before, technologycatalog.com is the fastest growing technology platform for the energy industry. And we focus both on energy producers and energy consumers. On the energy producer side, we showcase technologies both for the renewable energy industry, but also for the conventional energy industry to make that industry as safe and sustainable as possible. On the other side, we also see a growing demand for innovations on the energy consumer side. So here you can think about technologies that help energy consumers through the energy transition, for example, with switching to alternative fuels, electrifications, those kind of topics. So let's zoom into some of the numbers and statistics around the platform. This is a global chart taken at the end of the year, showcasing the logos of companies where our users currently are coming from. Actually, we've seen quite a fast growth in the last couple of months in the Caribbean region, naturally also with the support of Harvey. So at present, actually, the number of users from the region is picking up quite rapidly. But already now you can see we have quite a global presence in our user base. If we zoom in on particularly the companies that essentially supplies with all the technologies on the platform, this is also a global group. So we have roughly 1,000 registered technology suppliers as of today. The majority coming from Europe and the United States, but we also see a growing group from smaller places that start to make up almost a quarter of the technologies that we have on the platform. When you browse the platform today, you already find close to 540 technologies, but we have about 400 more in the pipeline that are on their way to be published on the platform. And as you can see, we target a multiple of that by the end of the year. This shows a little bit of a split of what categories you can find technologies. 10 themes that cover the bulk of the technologies, so it's quite a broad spectrum. No surprise probably that there is quite a large pool of technology in the digitalization theme, essentially going across the board. Also, the topic of maintenance is still making up a large part. And what's also interesting to see, particularly for maintenance technologies, that they can be applied across multiple industries, but also across different areas within the energy industry itself. And in terms of technology readiness level, most of the technologies that you can find on the platform have been deployed at least once. So they all have a relatively high TRL level, although some suppliers also use it at an earlier stage to reach out to potential new clients and use their feedback while they further mature the technology. In addition to end users searching for technologies and technology suppliers, there's a third element of users of the platform, and they are so-called tech experts working for companies that act as deployment partners, so they can help the suppliers at one end, but also end users with sustainably embedding the use of the new technology within existing work processes. And this pool is also a global pool, so it's really nice to see also how experience and expertise from different parts of the globe is then connected to needs in other regions, and truly, where the whole platform setup is helping people around the globe. So the platform was initiated in 2018. So we're almost ready to celebrate our 4th anniversary of the platform. And besides the themes I shared earlier, there are 3 main areas where the technologies on the platform make business impact. It's either to reduce CO2 emissions, improve safety, or cut costs. And so far, we have seen a rapid increase in number of users on a monthly and an annual basis. So last year, we welcomed over 100,000 unique visitors to the platform, which was 3 times the number of users in the year before. And this year, we're actually on track to triple it once more. And at the moment, we are roughly hovering around 20,000 unique users every month. And to place this in perspective, of those users, we now have almost reaching 1,000 verified end user companies that have been registered on the platform. We move to the next slide, please. So I hope this, in a nutshell, gave you a bit of insight on the platform, but also particular some of the data around it. And with that, I would actually like to hand over to Harvey and zoom in particularly in what the platform can offer for the Caribbean region. So Harvey, over to you.
Yes, thank you, Vincent. Thank you also, Team Technology Catalog. Thank you, everybody that's joining the platform right now. I will give you a short introduction about One Basin Three Nations, and then I'll give a short overview regarding the energy sector in the Caribbean. Then I'll go into details about One Basin Three Nations' role and what we can do for technologies, suppliers, end users, and experts in the region. Brief history. One Basin Three Nations Academy started in 2018 as an initiative. We did a couple of seminars, we did training, and from the seminars, we got valuable information, what the needs were in Suriname and also for the region as well. We got into partnership with Technology Catalog, the Caribbean site. We have collaboration with Mintra, where we do you can go to the next slide. I'm going a bit too fast. Yes. So we got, as I mentioned before, with Mintra Group, we deliver 140 plus online courses as well through learning management system and competence management system. But for today, we were going to dive into the Caribbean Technology Catalog platform as we partner with the Technology Catalog for this part. And the platform is basically there for tech startups, scale up to end users, to showcase their expertise and their technologies on a portal for the end users, and where the end users can find technologies they need in the region, but also worldwide. Next slide, please. So a short breakdown about the current CARICOM energy policy, coefficient. One of the things, of course, is the secure and sustainable energy supply that minimize energy waste as well. So, and one of the goals, of course, is that for the CARICOM is that citizens have access to more modern and clean, reliable energy supplies for good prices as well. And of course, I think one of the key things, and that's what we try to fit in as well, is grow the international competitive regional industry toward achieving sustainable development of the communities in the region as well. And I think the platform offers a great opportunity to showcase your expertise or your technology in the region, but also in the world. Next slide, please. To give you a brief, what we mentioned before, the access to energy is a serious issue in the region. The energy prices have gone up in 2021 by 74%, as you can see. And of course, one of the things is that the region relies heavily on fossil fuels to supply its energy needs, and there are other solutions to pave the way. And of course, what I'm trying to say is that you got solar, wind, battery storage. These are some of the opportunities that plays for the Caribbean, and have more cheaper and accessible energy for the community. Next slide, please. So when we talk about the opportunities in the Caribbean energy sector, we made a slide with some overviews, with some investment types, what the capex is, and the IDB estimate that the CARICOM will need an estimate around 11 billion over 10 years for investment. And you can see an overview about renewable investment, energy efficiency in the electricity, battery storage and grid support, and of course you have the conventional generation as well. So next slide, please. So this is an overview that we took from to the Caribbean Export Intelligence portal. You can show the other ones. So we talk about Guyana, where you see the opportunities are for solar power, Barbados, wind, solar as well. Suriname, solar energy. In Suriname, we already have, of course, the hydro dam. Belize, the same thing. Biomass, wind power, and of course, you got Trinidad and Tobago. Also have opportunities such as floating glass. Sorry about that. I can't really, and integrate photovoltaic manufacturing as well. Sorry about that. Next slide, please. What can you expect from the platform? I think, as Vincent mentioned before, is that there are 500 plus live technologies. We have 130 tech experts already on the platform, and we have a wealth of insight, information, and resources as well. Next slide, please. I'm just going to give you an overview of the benefits of joining the technology catalog. As I mentioned before, we give companies access to technology expertise to help them reduce the carbon footprint as well. Also, of course, cost saving as well. We also provide a platform for technology suppliers to market their technology and track potential clients as well. And as I mentioned before, is that for tech experts, this is a strategic platform where you can position yourself and also let other people know that you're here in the region as well. So I think it's very important for tech suppliers and tech experts to make themselves visible, and doing that through the platform is one of the better ways. Next slide, please. Streaming is free. You can sign up. It's quite fairly easy. You have three choices, as I mentioned before. The first one for the tech experts. You can sign up as a tech expert. You can sign up as a technology supplier, You can also sign up for free as an end user. And just for somebody to have some little bit explanation, end user, we talk about IOCs, international oil companies, could be mining companies, but also some of the bigger contractors as well. So it's very easy to sign up as well. And we have also a nice future on the technology platform, but we'll have that. We'll discuss that in a minute as well. Next slide. So if you have any questions regarding the Caribbean Technology Catalog platform, you can visit our website or email us at info@obtn.net. Thank you very much for your time as well. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask me or Vincent questions, and we'll try to answer it as good as possible.
Just for clarity, you can type your questions using the Q&A function, and then we'll pick them up as they come in. Perhaps Harvey, maybe you can. You mentioned that at the end, is that particularly also for those people that are working for producers or operating companies. Yeah, maybe you can share a bit more on what we can offer for them beyond the just browsing through the technologies with an account.
Yes, we have an Insight Tech Navigator where you can get valuable data regarding certain texts and other information that's on the platform. So that's one of the nice features they have as well, and it's being used by other companies already on the platform as well. Any questions?
I see no questions yet. Perhaps just one more from my end. Do you see, if you look at the value of the platform and the user community, how do you see the split in terms of the opportunity for suppliers within the region to be visible for the rest of the world, and on the other side, the end users in the region to have access to technologies from around the globe? Where do you believe would be the focus?
I think the focus will be to unlock the potential, as you mentioned, from technology suppliers, but also experts. I think one of the challenges here in the region is to know what's available in the region, and by signing up, you make yourself seen, and that will give you more exposure, so that people know that the technology is in the region. If it's in Suriname, Guyana, Belize, Barbados, or Bahamas, or Jamaica, I really believe this is a good platform to showcase your expertise or your technology.
And maybe actually a question just came in that's linked to that. What are the upcoming activities of OBTN targeted for the Caribbean community?
So the upcoming activities, we'll have more discussions to do a couple more webinars with Technology Catalog this year. We still have these discussions, and of course we do other things as well. So we'll have at least 2 or 3 more webinars that we did in the past, talking about local business development in the region. And we'll have, of course, we're going to have a couple of training courses and workshops that will make available quite soon. So we'll send an email with the upcoming activities very soon.
All right, great. And everybody that registered for this webinar will get the list?
Yes, everybody will get the list for this webinar. Are there other questions?
The question just came in is, what are the popular technologies that operators are looking for on the platform? So you want me to take it, or I can?
Yeah, you can take it
to you. Yeah. So I guess it's a global. It's also a global trend. I think what we've seen is that particularly the area of hydrogen has been trending in recently. But the other one, I guess that's a kind of a sustainable trend that we see over, I would say, the last years. It's rapidly increasing. But as of recently, what's also quite interesting to see in terms of what happened with the gas prices is that technologies that can help to reduce turnaround time. So, for example, to carry out certain maintenance activities while platforms are operational, they have seen an increased interest again. And we've also, I can say that we've been approached also by operators that want to team up with us to really look at ways with our experience and the network of experts on how we can keep turnarounds as short as possible.
Are there any other questions that you want to know? If you're dying to know, so please ask.
No questions. Let's see. Let's do a final call for questions. So if you joined late, I saw there were a couple of the attendee number just went up. If you have other questions, what you want to get out of this webinar, just type them in the box, and either Harvey or myself will take them for you.
No questions?
I think no more questions. So I think then
we were very clear.
We're very clear. So thanks also for presenting today on behalf of us, Harvey. And I guess people will be looking forward to receive the updates, as you said, for upcoming events. And if any questions come up after the webinar, just drop Harvey a note, or just contact us via the platform. And we hope to see many of you online on the platform.
Yes, please visit us and check out the website. Sign up for free so you can get more information as well. And like Vincent said, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to email us and let us know your questions. And I want to thank everyone that signed up and attend this webinar as well. And as mentioned before, very short, I will send the list with the upcoming activities for this year.
All right. Hey, thanks everyone. And
thank you very much.
One of the upcoming webinars. Bye.
Thanks. Bye-bye.